Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. So, first of all, we would like to really thank and welcome all of you for attending our webinar this morning. So, this is our first webinar, what we call as, wait, I also forgot the Industry and Academia Synergy Webinar. Series number 1 for year 2023, and for our first academia industry synergy webinar, we are for the first one we are very grateful this morning to have a very special speaker, Puan Haja Nur Mahani Harun. So Puan Haja Nur Mahani Harun, actually she has been very kind for helping our students for already quite many years. Last time she even came to the class, physical class before the COVID era lah. But now because she's also like moving from in different places. Sometimes for her work, it's not easy for us to call her to come to UTM physically. But I think somehow we discussed with the organizer, IFOG, that better we have our webinar online so that we can outreach more people, not only from outside UTM, but also as what we are made to understand today, we also have participants from university from outside Malaysia, joining us this morning. Also non-academic background people from the industries as well. So the topic of our sharing session this morning is very special, something that we think together, and we think this is the best title to represent what we are going to share with all of you today. Career as industrial hygienist, what to expect. So when we look into into this title, it's not like the title only meant for students, for potential graduates. No, even we, for example, working in the industries, there's always opportunities for us to upgrade ourselves. Are you looking for new direction in career? So this is a very good thought that you should listen to. So I'm not going to extend any further. So like I told Puan Mahani, it will be the best for her to introduce herself so that she can really, tell us a bit about her background, academic background, how she joined, how she start off her career in doing something related to industrial hygiene and so on. So Puan Mahani, again from UTM, we really would like to thank you for your time, your effort, your kebaikan lah, in willing to share with especially with the students. We really appreciate your presence. And about the question, before we start, I would like to ask for your permission. Which way you prefer better? You is it okay for you for student to just ask you in the middle of your name, or better they just put down first their question in the chat box, and later after you finish everything, then only we will look into the question one by one. Which one you prefer?
It's okay both ways, all right. The only thing is that it will be better if we do it at the end so that they can listen to the presentation first and probably get more questions then.
I agree. So because sometimes they are asking things that in advance, that's something that you will present in the next slide. So better they listen to everything first. Okay. So to all the participants, thank you so much for joining. And if you have anything to ask, be it burning questions, nothing is considered as stupid question. All are considered very valuable questions. Just put your question in the chat box. So with that, we would like to welcome Puan Haja Nur Mahani Harun to share her experiences and things that she want to share with us today. So welcome, Puan Mahani.
Thank you, Dr. Mimi. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. Thank you, UTM Skudai, for having me today. I am going to talk about the career as industrial hygienist and what you would expect to encounter when you become industrial hygienist. Okay, my name is Nur Mahani Harun. You can call me Mahani. I am currently the principal consultant of QMS Pusat Berhad, which is a company that I started 2003. And I'm also currently the vice president of MIHA, Malaysia Industrial Hygiene Association. A little bit about my background, I'll be touching a little later today because it's going to be part of the presentation slides. So I'm just going to go through what we are going to learn today. Yeah? So I am actually known as talking a bit fast. So if any of you have any questions or if I'm going too fast, please let me know, okay? All right. Now, okay, let's start with the presentation. Now, what are we going to learn? What are we going to do today? Firstly, we're going to talk about industrial hygiene. Okay, what is it? And a career and the career industrial hygiene. This is on from my perspective, which is involving industrial hygiene from QMS Pro. Yeah, and then we're also going to talk about how is the path to become a certified industrial hygienist, and also achieving greater heights through MIHA and Hygienist networking. Again, MIHA is a Malaysia Industrial Hygiene Association, and this is the association in Malaysia that is fully involved in, or I would rather say, specialized industrial hygiene. Now, I get to understand today that there are many students from not only chemical engineering degree or masters, but also from other discipline. Yeah. So welcome to everyone, because to become industrial hygienist, you can come from various backgrounds, because there are a lot of different elements and different discipline that contributes to industrial hygiene itself. Okay, so just a little bit about industrial hygiene. You guys have gone through this, I believe, in your own studies for your discipline, yeah. But I'm just going to put this in an industrial perspective. What industrial hygiene meant for people who are working, okay, or people who are involved in the working career. Now, industrial hygiene is basically the science of anticipating, recognizing, evaluating and controlling factors arising from the workplace that may result in injury, illnesses, impairment, or affect the well-being of workers and community. Now, this is a basic definition of industrial hygiene. But what it really means is that you need to really anticipate when you go to work, what sort of things that can harm you. Okay, and then you need to recognize it, because when you anticipate a certain thing and you look at your workplace, you go to your workplace every day, in and out, sometimes we don't realize that that is a hazard because we're so used to it. So the art of recognizing what is hazardous and what is not is also under this discipline. And then we need to evaluate for all the things that we recognize as hazard. We need to evaluate if it's actually something that needs to be controlled. Okay, so what we wanted is when someone goes to the office or when someone goes to the company, they are involved in the processes, and that processes can be like can have many hazards itself. Let's talk about the health hazard part. And you might be exposed to biological hazard, chemical hazard, physical hazard. I think you guys are familiar with this, ergonomics and psychosocial hazards. And what we want to do is, if they are exposed to this, and if they are in can cause harm to them, we would like to control them, so that when they get out of the workplace, they are in one piece, they are healthy, they can go back to the family and enjoy their life. Okay, so this is very important, because we are trying to make sure that their quality of life is terjamin, yeah, is actually guaranteed from the workplace injury. There's no workplace injury when they are working, yeah. So when we talk about industrial hygiene, it's really about the S's and the H in the OSH. Okay, we know OSH means occupational safety and health. Occupational means it must be at workplace. Okay, it must be in an occupational setup. Yeah, ke tempat kerja lah. Okay, and the S portion is the safety portion, and the health portion is safety and is the health portion. The H is the health portion. Yeah, so for these two safety and health, there are similar methodology in doing the risk assessment, okay, recognizing the acute and also the chronic hazards. But we can sort, there is actually a gray difference between the safety and health, very fine line difference, yeah. So we look at safety issues when there are acute exposures, and we are looking at injury prevention. Okay, but when we look at health, we look at chronic diseases and we look at long-term continuous exposures. Okay, so a very simple analogy is um, talking about chemicals. Okay, many people think that chemicals are automatically health issues. Okay, but actually it is not. Okay, it is also safety and health issues. The health issues comes in when you are handling the chemicals in the long term. There are illnesses that you can get from it because of overexposures, and that's under health. However, for the safety issue for chemicals, if this chemical can actually cause you death, for example, or it can cause fire because of its flammable nature, that is under safety issue. Okay, so this there is a differences between the safety and health, and industrial hygiene looks at the health issues. Okay, on the if we look at the statistics of in the occupational accident in Malaysia fatality rate, this is what we got from the DOSH website. So looking at this figure, the trend actually there is a downward trend in terms of occupational accident. If we look at 2004, why do we start at 2004? This is when the notification or the NADUPOT regulation was introduced in Malaysia. The numbers would have been a lot higher before, but this is actually reducing in terms of the accident rate itself. Yeah. So, and also the fatality rates actually went down. And this is very important because people can get accidents, but we really don't want anyone to die because of the accident. In Malaysia, there were estimated 15 million employed person, yeah, in 2021. Now, and the rate of injury is on average 1.3% in 1,000 workers, and the highest accident recorded is in Johor. Okay, so this is where we are. The rate is 3.1. Okay, so this is quite alarming, yeah, because we are in Johor and we are going to we graduated here. Most probably we can get work in Johor. So this is the state where we have the highest accident recorded. Yeah. Okay, and statistics of occupational disease and poisoning. Now, this is related to health portion, yeah? So, total cases reported has gone up, which is good. This means that people are more aware about the occupational diseases that's happening in their workplace. And then the upward trend does not mean that there wasn't any accident before, yeah? It could be reporting cases, yeah? And from the cases that has been reported, all the cases have to be confirmed. So we can see that not all cases that was reported were confirmed as occupational diseases and poisoning, yeah? Now, the type of occupational diseases that was recorded in 2021 is around is actually the number is around about 5,000 plus, and the highest is related to noise. Okay, the occupational noise related hearing disorders. Yeah, so this is where people have problems with their hearing. Okay, going to the workplace probably is very noisy, and there wasn't any protection, and they have hearing problems. Yeah, and we have also because of biological agent. Okay, this could be increased due to the health workers, yeah, during the COVID time, and also other times where we have other diseases because of the biological agent. And we have also musculoskeletal disorders. This is related to ergonomics. Okay, and we have a few more here and there. This is probably related to the workplace poisoning. Yeah, can be chemicals and agents. Give me a minute. Okay. All right. So and we have some other cases which are quite low numbers, but already recorded. Yeah, so this is something that we should be also is also something that we should be looking into. Now, in terms of hazards, yeah. Okay, the risk assessment. Now, for health hazard, when we talk about risk assessment in the workplace, we talk about the chemical agents, we talk about biological agents, physical, ergonomics, and psychosocial. I'm just going to show you a bit about where these are applied in the workplace. Yeah. So I'm doing more on chemicals, so I'm just going to start with chemicals. Now, chemical hazard. These are some of the examples where chemical hazards can come in. We look at chemical hazards and potential effects to the workers when they are handling the chemicals. For example, when you look at this photo on your right, on the left, okay, this is where people applying pesticides or even cleaning. This is pesticides application, yeah. And these people are dosing chemicals, receiving chemicals, and all of these people, for example, this one is handling the chemical for cleaning, again for cleaning, okay, and spray painting and all these oils and whatnot. Yeah? So all of these things in the workplace where chemicals are handled would have some potential effects to the workers. What we need to know is to recognize which ones and how serious the effects of the chemicals to the workers, and more importantly, to suggest effective control measures to ensure that these are being controlled at the workplace better, yeah, so that the workers are safe when they handle the chemical. Handling chemicals does not mean that we cannot handle hazardous chemicals. Yeah? Maybe chemicals that are very highly hazardous, for example, can cause cancer kind of thing. You can handle all those, but you need to control to make sure that you know how is the safe method in handling them. Okay, so these are the chemical hazards at the workplace. We talk about biological hazards. We have obviously these are some of the workplaces biological hazards. Yeah, cleanliness is one of them. We have also these are the chillers, okay, and molds at workplace. Okay, some biological agents here and there. Okay, so these are examples of biological hazard. We also talk about physical hazard. Physical hazard is a lot. Also in the workplace, we talk about working in heat, noise, radiations, and probably pressure. Okay, so these are some examples of physical hazards. And we have ergonomic hazards, okay, some related to your own body posture, manual handling. Okay, so so these are just some examples, yeah, to show that workers are involved in all of these things. So we need to recognize them and see how we can control them. And finally, and emerging the psychosocial hazards. Okay, we talk about the work stress, the excessive workload, probably related to job, yeah, that can cause stress, basically, yeah. So people say that psychosocial hazards can be equally termed as sources of stress. Yeah. So I think everywhere you go, you will see people are stressed out working. So it is something that we need to manage as well. Now let's talk about the career itself in IH. Yeah. So this is from KMS Pro perspective. Okay. Now I would like to share with you how I became the industrial hygienist. Okay. Okay. So this is my slide. Okay. I actually graduated, just a bit of my background as well. I graduated from RMIT University, Melbourne, yeah, in chemical engineering back in 1995. That was middle of 1995, and towards the end of 1995, 1996, I started my career as a chemist. Okay, and that was for 2 weeks in the same company. And then I changed my position to become process engineer, and then operation system engineer, and then QA and QC manager after 3 years, quality system manager. Then doing systems, became the regional management systems representatives. And my last position in that company was as senior manager corporate affairs for 4 years. Yeah. So you can see from my path from the beginning, I changed my position almost every year. Yeah. And the last 3-4 years, I was in the senior management corporate affairs position. And in 2003, I quit from the company, and the company was actually manufacturing inks for printings and security materials, including money, banknotes, yeah. Okay, and then and then I joined GMS Pro in 2003 and became a consultant. So this is when I started my IH career. So if you can see from the beginning when I started working, IH was not in mind. But I've always thought that how do people, how the company manage people's safety? For example, the thing is that my company handle a lot of chemicals. We have more than 3,000 types of chemicals and 6,000 products. And they are all chemicals, obviously, because they are printing inks, very high quality printing inks. So when I was working, I kept on thinking, how do you know that these guys are safe when they are exposed to chemicals? How do we know that they are working in heat, in the working environment? You know, those are the things that wasn't clear at that time. I didn't know that industrial hygiene exists at that time. So, but I took my baby step and became a CHI assessor in 2003. And this is where I exposed myself in industrial hygiene, and the bigger milestone that I got was joining Malaysia Industrial Hygiene Association in somewhere in 2004 2005, where I mingle with a lot of industrial hygienists and gain much more insights on what is industrial hygiene. Okay, so that's where I kick off my career in industrial hygiene, yeah. And then in 2011, I expanded and become the principal consultant in industrial hygiene. And this year we are already 20 years. Okay, we are celebrated our 20th anniversary for our company. Now, a brief introduction about what we do. We specialize in occupational safety and health services. Yeah, we do audits, CHIA inspections, asbestos abatement program, and also trainings. Yeah, IH related especially, and also general OSH and health risk assessments. Okay, we are 100% Bumi Putra owned company. So we have only 3 full-time consultants, but we do have associate consultants. Our consultants are CHI assessors and noise risk assessors, and our associate consultants are from different backgrounds as well, but supporting our business. And also we have 3 admin staff. Yeah, our office is based in JB and also in USJ. Now I'm going to talk about the experiences that I have in doing chemical assessments, yeah, industrial hygiene, but my core or my niche market is actually under chemicals, yeah. So this is where the CHI experiences comes in. So we have actually performed more than 60 companies, mainly multinationals and GLCs, yeah. So we have more than 1,000 reports that we have churned. I think we have passed the 1,500 mark. And we have experienced CHI assessors who are proactive and efficient. So we perform CHIA and very importantly completed as per schedule. So 95% of our projects are completed on time. Yeah, I think this is a very good achievement. Knowing that it is very difficult to work with others, and especially in environment that you cannot control. Okay, and we also have a good working relationship with DOSH, Putrajaya, and also DOSH State. So far we have successfully performed generic CHIA for 3 companies. Back in 2012, yeah, there were only 6 companies that obtained approval from DOSH. Yeah? So in 2012, we have generic CHIA performed for 2 companies. We were one of the earliest, yeah. And last 2 years, I completed another one for Shell Malaysia. And this year I'm doing another project for KFC restaurants, yeah, in Malaysia. Okay, so generic CHIA is not very widely used here, but it is quite tricky to get one, but it's something that is very challenging. Now, and we are also experienced in managing multiple site CHRA. Multiple site means that the company may have an HQ somewhere in KL, and they have different sites throughout Malaysia. Okay, so these are some of the examples of the CHRA that we do. Now, other services that I was involved with and related very heavily in industrial hygiene would be the in-house trainings. Now, we do a lot of class regulation. This is a chemical classification, classes. And of course, chemical handling safety. And for the chemical classification classes, we enjoyed teaching others on how to do safety data sheets. Okay, so it is a practical session where we would want our participants to be confident to even put their signature on each STS that they produced. This is not very easy, yeah. If you talk to anyone in a company, are you confident enough to put your signature on your STS? They would say no, because it's not something that they do themselves, and even the data in there might not be something that they know where it came from. Yeah. So it is what we like to teach others in terms of understanding how to do safety data sheet, and with that, also the users on how to use the safety data sheets. Okay, it might be simple, everybody can read, but not everybody can comprehend the application of the safety data sheets itself. Okay, so, and obviously in order to teach someone, we need to make sure that we ourselves are continually improving our knowledge and be at par with the latest development of the hazard classification itself. Okay, and we also do a fair bit of asbestos abatement programs. Now, these were the programs, these were the assessments that we do for contractors who would remove asbestos containing materials from the workplace. Okay, so before they do the removal process, they will need to have a plan on how they want to make sure that the work itself is safe, the workers are safe, and the environment that they are working are safe. Okay, so this is quite interesting process. We normally work in shipyards. So far, we have done some of these projects, with our contractors, not our contractors, some contractors. And some of these projects are actually partnering with industrial hygienists from overseas. So we do have industrial hygienists working with us from Australia that we have encountered before. To understand how Malaysia does it, and for them to be confident with what we do, so that they can award certificates of asbestos free for those ships or the FSO, PSO that we have actually done. They have actually done renovation for. Okay, and this is the core that we do, which is the chemical health risk assessment, the CHRA. So we are involved in CHRA for many industries. These are some of them. And this is an interesting insight, in fact, for the chemical, for the CHRA, because we have the opportunity to understand the processes of different industries. So it is not easy actually, but the experiences that I gain from working in a company, involving in many different disciplines within the company, involving with the suppliers, the vendors, and also the customers. All of this actually give me the background knowledge on how to anticipate, how to recognize issues and hazards at workplace. Yeah, so I'm also currently Mihai 9 years trainer for CHRA courses. Okay, we also do OSH audits. Okay, auditing means we need to check if others are doing it correctly. Okay, I have always had this thing in mind. When you do audits, you don't look for non-compliance. Okay, when you do audits, you must always look for compliance, compliance to the standard that you're looking at, compliance to what they have done. Because really, when you are in the workplace, you do a lot of things to ensure things are complying. Okay, so don't focus on something that is not complying. Okay, you should honor the fact that people are doing a lot of things, and people are taking a lot of effort in making sure that their workplace are complying to the standards that they are intended to. So we look for compliance. Okay, but along the way, when we were looking for compliance, we sometimes find non-compliance. Okay, that's where we need to address to ensure that they know there are gaps. Okay, and these gaps are something that they have to address to ensure that the non-compliance that we saw now will not become something major in the future. Okay, so this is how in doing this, my audits are more on industrial hygiene. Yeah, so I've done audits for the Petronas subsidiaries and as chemical auditor. Yeah. Also involved in SIRIM. My background was I started with ISO 9000. Yeah, so I'm still doing ISO 9000. So I'm now still SIRIM ISO 9000 auditor. And MSHO's Malaysia's Society of Occupational Safety and Health. Yeah, this is actually for their national award. I become also an auditor with them. And also I do within my company legal compliance gap assessment, yeah, at the workplace, looking at where people are now in terms of OSHA compliance against what they have to, where they have to be, and giving recommendations on what they have to do. Okay, so this is the sub-type of audits that we do. And this is something that, and the last one is something that we introduced in 2021, the noise risk assessment. Yeah, so we had a few, we actually had already a competent person in doing the noise risk assessment. We faced a lot of challenges in getting noise risk assessment reports as per our standard. So we decided to become one. Okay, so yeah, this is new. So these were the services. So if you see, the services are related to industrial hygiene only. Okay, and the more we explore on new items, the more we need to make sure we are knowledgeable in the discipline that we choose to do. Now, sharing with you some of the let me see. Hang on. Okay, this is the some of the reports that we churn. Okay, so if you can see, this is for let me see, this is for Tanjung Bin power plant. Okay, and we do a lot. This is for Genting. We do a lot of Genting here is for the oil palm plantation. Yeah, okay, so but we also are involved with them for their genome research centers, their all these seedling centers, you know. So this it's quite a fair range of industry that we involve in Genting. Yeah, and we are also the principal consultant for the chemical health risk assessment for QSR brands. Okay, QSR brands is the company that holds the KFC, Pizza Hut, Ayam Mas, and Rasa Mas. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm currently doing generic CHRA for the KFC restaurants in Malaysia. It's around about 600 plus restaurants in Malaysia. And this is an example. Another one, this is Syarikat Air, Syarikat Air Johor. This SAG, we do CHRA for them as well. And then we have here, I think this must be Kilang Sawit. I think this is Kulim Berhad, one of our long-term customers. The photos that we put up here are customers that has been with us from day one. Yeah, so they have, except Tanjung Bin, yeah, all of these other customers has been with us for quite some time. Okay, you know, CHRA has been done every 5 years, so many of these customers are repeating customers. Okay, and we also do secret recipes, yum yum. Okay, we do assessments in their manufacturing plant and also in their restaurants. Okay, here these are some an example for the asbestos abatement reports that we churn. This is the oil palm industry as well. This is BASF. Yeah, BASF Pasir Gudang has been our client as well for the past 14 years. Yeah. And new addition for the past almost 10 years, yeah, dialogue, yeah. Okay, and also Pengerang terminals and stuff, yeah. So we have some of these clients with us, and this is where we practice our CHRA. Now, the joy and challenges in becoming an IH personnel, yeah. So when you become one, you are recognized as a qualified, reliable, and professional IH provider. This is very difficult to achieve, but we strive to make sure that we are qualified in doing what we do, and we focus on what we are good at, and also we make sure that we are professional in the dealings that we have with our clients. Okay, so when we dive into IH, we gain a lot of knowledge through site work. Okay, so as I was mentioning earlier, my line of work requires me to go to different industries. So I'm not an expert in every industry, but the ability to anticipate, to recognize, and also assess, and also to control workplace hazards is something that I do. Okay, so when I am actually going to site work, we learn a lot of things from one side to the other, and can apply this information to the work that we do. Okay, and then we meet also new people in different industries, and I've made a lot of friends also. No at this point of time, alhamdulillah, and they are all good people. They are all positive people. I do face a few difficult people to work with, but alhamdulillah, so far, all of the clients are very positive people, yeah, and I enjoy working with them. I have the opportunity to also engage with stakeholders and international networking. Especially when I joined MIHA, I was given opportunity to work with a lot of other stakeholders and other associations that are interested in industrial hygiene, giving talks, and also international networking with other countries. Yeah, and we do. For me personally, I have this international networking experience in Australia and also in Korea, and also Singapore. Yeah. So this is the three countries that I have a lot of international networking with, or I also have it with the UK. Yeah? Now, and this joy that I also have is the opportunity to educate people. Okay, from operator level up to the top management level. Okay, different people, different levels requires different types of approach, and we are able to send the important message about IH to this level of people. And it's quite interesting to see how people comprehend things that you do. For you, things might be quite straightforward, but for others are not. So when we talk about industrial hygiene, we have to talk in terms of the overall approach. Okay, you cannot see only for one aspect, but we need to see what affects the aspect to make sure that that happens. Okay, so it's something that is interesting, and I really enjoyed doing it. And obviously, working with flexible hours. Okay, my work period is not 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with doing 9 to 5. It's just that I'm not disciplined enough to work 9 to 5. But I have flexible working hours, but that also means that I work nights and weekends. Okay, so it depends on the person itself, but I prefer what I do now. And alhamdulillah, so far we had handsome income in doing industry hygiene, and the consultancy that we will do, and with the repeats of clients that we have, I think hopefully all the rezeki that we get is barakah. Yeah. Okay, and the challenges that we face now, this is something that you should expect to see when you work as industrial hygiene. I'm a consultant, okay, but if you are industrial hygiene in your workplace, you are a mini consultant in your workplace also. Okay, the first and most important thing that is managing people and stress. This is something that is not easy to do. Not everyone has the skill to do it, and I can tell you that I don't think it's being taught as a syllabus in the in the university. Okay, or it might be taught as a theory, but if you don't experience it, you will never know how to handle them. Okay, now so what I'm saying is that while doing your degree, your masters, you need to also polish your soft skills. Yeah. You need to know how to manage people, how to communicate with people, and how to address your stress. Everyone has a different way on addressing their own stress, but this is very important for you to do, so that you strive to achieve a less stress workplace. Okay, less stress work for you lah, less stress life for you. Yeah, so you need to find your own ways of doing it, but there are a lot of references, a lot of guidance that you can get off the internet nowadays. So find one that fits you. Okay, so most importantly, is actually to manage people. So if you want to progress in your career, this managing people skill is important, very important. Okay. Now, the challenges also is for us to make sure that you continually improve your or upgrade your knowledge, yeah, and skills. Okay. So there are things that we don't know in the past. When we see that it needs to be done, it needs to be something that needs to be focus on, we need to attend classes. We need to spend money. We need to spend time, our resources, to make sure that we know what people are doing. Okay, doesn't mean you become a competent person. For example, if you are a CHRA assessor, you need to know what the industrial hygienist for other sections do. For example, the ergonomics risk assessors does, what the noise risk assessors does, you know. And it's not just talking to them. You need to attend classes to make sure that you know what they are supposed to do, and so that we can work together to complement one another. Even in chemical health risk assessment, we talk about the air monitoring. We talk about the ventilation. So it is important for us to expand our knowledge on those areas as well. And to me, just reading is one thing. Attending classes is also another thing, so that we can be taught properly. Yeah. So, but I don't have any competency in others. I just maintain my CHRA assessor competency. However, I make sure that our team actually upgraded in the knowledge for these other skills. Yeah. And you know, working in the setup which is flexible, you need to have strict self-discipline and a very good time management. Okay, so if you don't have time management, we will not achieve the completion of the projects with our clients. Okay, so this strict discipline will come with our ability to ensure that we know when things need to be done. Okay, and making sure that things are done not only completed but also completed correctly. Okay, so this is a motto that I always have. I always tell my girls, my staff, please do something fast. First, you must achieve doing it fast. Secondly, you must achieve doing it correct. So then the doing it correct is more important than doing it fast. Okay, so but you must be fast. All right. So this is something that I instill in as a motto for myself as well. Okay. The challenges that I have at that time when I started my IH, as I was sharing with you earlier, I didn't know about IH until 20 years back, and at that time there were limited access to IH mentors and support. Yeah, but nowadays you can get this quite easily. Dr. Mimi herself is in IH. You have your resources available for you. Okay, you need to reach out to these resources and not only think about working in the discipline that you're studying, okay? Because IH itself is not a degree that is offered in your university, but you can choose to embark in becoming industrial hygienist with whatever backgrounds that you have now. Okay, we also last time have challenges in terms of lacking of information and data for report processing. Sometimes we look at data that we get. There's lots and lots and lots of monitoring data. We need to know how to process the data. We need to know how to do statistical analysis. We need to know what those data mean for you and how the data speaks to you. Okay, so then translate this into something that other people can understand. Okay, so when we talk, it is always based on factual data, and this data is important for us to justify our recommendations later, yeah, to the company. And you know, when you recommend something to the company, it is always money, it's always resources. So to justify those, you need to have good, solid data to support them. Okay, and we also have challenges in the client management commitment. Okay, management commitment ni from the client part, yeah. Sometimes the client wants it fast. Sometimes the clients want this and that, and doesn't mean it is correct. Now, when the client demands something that is not within the scope of work, or something that we feel is not correct, we need to tactfully go back to the client and tell them what is correct, what is the right one. And nobody likes to be said that they are wrong. Okay, so it is something that we have to learn as a skill. again, managing people, yeah, to make sure that whatever we recommend to them, they buy in. Okay, so it's a good challenge lah for me. I mean, I get this management commitment client, the commitment from the client itself, which is various. Yeah, some clients are very good, very committed. They adhere to the milestones set. Some are really not. Yeah. But the percentage that are not committed ni in terms of the doing the project with us is very, very small. And also we do have challenges in terms of unhealthy competitors. Unhealthy competitors can be people who are in the same line. Maybe in this case would have been bidding for projects. I don't go on for project biddings anymore, but we do send quotations and whatnot, and some for the same job, people may quote extremely low, and then the client will ask us to do the same price. We would normally don't match prices lah, basically. So we set our prices and say, this is what we're gonna do. This is what our prices are, and these are gonna be the quality that we're gonna deliver, kind of thing. Yeah. So, and I think from these unhealthy competitors, I find something quite disturbing in some of the occasion that I've encountered, where people took our reports and plagiarize. Okay, so this is something that is bad lah for me. If you can have the report, you can read the report, and you can do if you can do how we do in our reports, please do so. But really, you cannot plagiarize the terms, the words that we do, because you don't understand what we write. Okay, and we can explain what they are, but you may not. Okay, so to me lah, if you want to copy someone else's job, you must be very, very good at it. You must be extremely good at it. Then you can copy someone else's job, because you know what they're doing before they know themselves. Yeah. So, however, with every challenge that we have, it's always opportunity available. Comes the opportunity. So we upgrade ourselves. We know we need to find out what we can do to prevent things from happening, bad things from happening. Yeah. So we anticipate this and we take actions accordingly. Now, some of the consultancy and training portfolios that we have, okay, this is some of them. Maybe some of these logo are the logos that you might know. Okay, some of them are common items that we encounter daily. And then this is Tanjung Putri, and then we have here and there lah, basically, just to share with you some of the companies that we work with. Now, let's talk about your professional path in industrial hygiene. Okay, while you're studying, okay, gain as much as possible knowledge in industrial hygiene related topics. Yeah, so get your theory right, get your foundation solid, because you're gonna apply this at your workplace. You might not know where to use it yet, but remember where to get this information and understand them well. You partner with industries to perform any IH research. Okay, Dr. Mimi has been very positive in partnering with the industry, finding projects for their undergraduates and also master students related to what they can do in the industry. Yeah, so this gives you more opportunities. If you have any field trips and whatnot, go, because this is where you get yourself exposed to the workplace. Yeah. And take opportunity to participate in IH related theses and projects. Yeah. So anything under IH ni banyak topic. There's a lot of topics. So if you have the opportunity and you have some interest in it, pursue it. Okay. So then you did graduate and then you're gonna go to work. Yeah. So while working, okay, there are seek for to become competent persons. Okay. In Malaysia there are various competent persons in available. Yeah. Some of them requires longer study and also exams, but many of these require written examination, yeah, and also interviews with DOSH, Department of Occupational Safety and Health, for them to issue the certificate of competency to you. Yeah. So what I have is this chemical risk assessment. Okay. We have CRAC trained person. CRAC is actually simple risk assessment, which is simpler than CHRA. And then we have indoor air quality, we have ergonomic, radiation, noise risk assessors, in hygiene technologies. So this is for chemical exposure, and hygiene technologies too for ventilation inspection and testing. And also CIMA is control of industrial major accident hazard competent person. Yeah, this CIMA person looks at anticipate the kind of accidents that can happen in installation that keeps large quantities of chemicals. Yeah. And these are some of the competency that you can get. Now, in some universities, some of these courses are actually run, but no exams given. It's just the courses are run. Okay, so if you have the opportunity to attend some of these courses, please do, because it gives you a foundation on what they are. When you attend all these courses when you're working later, it will be more familiar for you. Okay, so it'll be easier for you to understand what it means, and obviously apply at the workplace a lot easier. Yeah. Okay, and usually unless you apply for industrial hygienist job, we started with our for example, if you're an engineering student, we started with something related to engineer work lah at the workplace. Yeah. So don't get discouraged by doing this, because of course you can learn a lot more. You must understand the industry first, okay, and then gain as much as possible knowledge, while having something in the back of your mind, some of these competencies that you can apply or you can sit to get yourself certified. Yeah. And also, obviously, to upgrade your knowledge and skills in industrial hygiene. Okay, there are a lot of topics in industrial hygiene that you will need to be good at or have some exposure on. You can choose one topic from here if you want. You can choose a few if you want. Okay, so whatever you're interested in. Yeah, so we have people in basic understanding basic science, obviously, as sampling, instrumentation, analytical chemistry, the biohazard, ergonomics. So there's a few here. Yeah, I think these are something that is also touched in one of your subjects. Yeah, in your discipline. The thing is to pursue more. To pursue more in any of these topics. So all of these are really under industrial hygiene. Yeah. And obviously you need to seek professional courses, continuous education. And I'm going to talk about this Occupational Hygiene Training Association. Yeah. So this is the association that runs courses to become a certified industrial hygienist. Now let's talk about certified industrial hygienist. Okay. Certified industrial hygienist carries the title as CIH, or in Malaysia it is CPIH, Certified Professional Hygienist, or CIH, Certified Industrial Hygienist, CIH. Yeah? So their title has this name, has this in on their name. Yeah. Now there are methods to make yourself certified. Okay, and for certified industrial hygienist, this is awarded by American Board of Industrial Hygiene, yeah? And this is recognized worldwide. Okay, so you have a eligibility assessment first. Okay, from your academic degree, from your IH specific coursework or continuous education and professional practices, then you apply for the examination. So to apply for the examination, you must be qualified. So if they see that you're qualified to sit for the examination, then only you can sit for the examination. Okay, and there's usually scheduled examination throughout the year, which is somewhere around April and also October, November. Yeah, so this is the International Certified Industrial Hygienist. This is recognized internationally. Now in Malaysia, we have also Certified Professional Industrial Hygienist, CPIH, that has been introduced by NIHA. This has already run a few years now. So to become a certified industrial hygienist, you need to become full MIHA member first. And then if you have postgraduate qualification in industrial hygiene, okay, and plus 3 years experience, you can straight away go for oral exam. If you don't, like many of us here, you need to have a IH professional certificate from IOHA or NA countries, yeah, and then only you can sit for the exam. So this includes the courses that you need to sit in for the OTA courses that I was mentioning earlier, and there are like a few courses that you need to attend, sit for the exam, and and pass the exam, yeah, in order for you to become you to get the professional certification, yeah. And then if you're already a CIH, you're also inside here. So you're already CIH internationally and you automatically can go for the oral examination, yeah. And then if you pass, you just maintain your certification. Now, if you're interested in this, put this at the back of your mind, something that you should achieve, you can achieve in your workplace as well. Okay, and contact Miha. Okay, Miha is the place lah, where you can get all this information, where you can be in the right group to know more about certified industry hygienist. Now, so let's talk about Miha a bit. When you network with people in Miha, you can achieve greater heights. Yeah. So I'm going to share with you what are the things that Miha do to also attract you to become a Miha member, and also share with you all the advantages and the interesting things that you can get from Miha. Yeah. Now, Miha background, this is the only association in Malaysia dedicated to industrial hygiene professionals. Okay, it is a non-profit organization. It was founded in 2003. Okay, and 100 members within this first year. Yeah, and an affiliate member of the International Occupational Hygiene Association (IOHA). So this is a Miha website. Please jot it down. It is something that you should go to and explore yourself. Yeah. What Miha is. If you need to know more about what Miha does and how to become Miha member, you can always go to Dr. Mimi, and also go to the website. We can help you to get started. Now, the key milestones that we have achieved in the past 15 years. In fact, I should put there nearly 20 years now. Yeah. We have a stakeholder liaison. We established this liaison with a lot of stakeholders in Malaysia, and not only with the authorities, yeah. Not only with DOSH, we have also established this with SOCSO and also other enforcement departments, yeah. And professional certification, we have worked very hard on this to make sure that we get professional certification done. And the latest that we got, the one that we're working on is to do the certified professional industrial hygiene, which is actually CPIH. We do international collaborations with other countries as well, with other association, industrial hygiene association within the region. We do a lot with Indonesia, Australia, and also Korea, yeah. And especially in Korea, yeah. And we have done many various conferences related to industrial hygiene. This was done every 2 years, roughly, except for last year. We didn't do because of the COVID era, but we not last year before, yeah. It was always every 2 years, yeah. And the training and development courses, we have expanded this training courses to a fair bit of courses that we have introduced, and most of these courses are aimed at enhancing current competent persons to make them better. Okay, most of these courses are not basic courses. They are more of advanced courses, yeah, for those who would like to gain more insights on industrial hygiene. And we also do university membership, yeah, university liaison with the local universities. If you, as what Dr. Mimi introduced earlier, I have been giving talks to UTM, yeah, because UTM Skudai is actually my baby, yeah, in a way, for university. So I'm in charge in terms of becoming a mentor, yeah, for the UTM, and we have other committee members for other universities as well. So we have sort of divided universities within the active members, yeah, so that the universities can reach to people in MIHA for any support in industrial hygiene. Now, in university relations, yeah, we have done programs with Malaysian universities. We started this in 2019, and the members as of 2022 is around 198. So we have around about 200 workers, 200 students every year because students change. Okay, so once they finish their degree or their master's program, they're no longer student member, yeah, for MIHA. So obviously the numbers will change every year, but this is a number that we usually get from about 200 mark. Okay, we did two, in fact, International Student Symposium, which is in 2016 and 2018. So this is International Student Symposium. So it gives you exposure to not only Malaysian setup, yeah, but also overseas setup. So for this symposium that we had, I'm not mistaken, this is more with Korea, yeah, more Koreans and Malaysians in here. So we also have industry hygiene lectures meeting. Before this was done face to face, and we did also one last year online with the universities to encourage them to join MIHA, and also to get their students to join MIHA so that we can assist you in doing a pursue career in IH. Yeah, this was the trip that the students made, UITM students, yeah, make an initiative to contact MIHA, and also did study tour to Korea, yeah, South Korea. So I think it was actually headed by Dr. Easy, yeah, from UITM. This was a program that one of the program that was done under University Liaison back in, I'm not sure when this was done, but a few years back, yeah, before the COVID. We also have other programs, which is the winter conferences that students attend to and attended, yeah, and this is the, if you see here, it's UPM, CUCMS, and also UITM students. Yeah, they actually attended this kind of conferences. And MIHA does subsidize. It's a matter of contacting us and telling us what you want to do so that we can see where we can help. All right, and this is the conference in Bali, if not mistaken. Okay, attended by some of the students from Malaysia as well. They presented papers on the international conference. MIHA also subsidized some of these programs. Yeah. In terms of conferences that MIHA has done, we have actually made a fair bit of conference and partner with international associations as well. For example, with IHA, we do it with IOHA. Okay, and the latest that we did was MIHA ICE, yeah? International Conference and Exhibition. That was last year in 2022. Yeah. So this was a virtual conference, the first virtual conference that we did, and it was a success with the conference. Yeah. Now, professional recognition as IH, for me, personally, joining MIHA, I have gained a lot of things. Yeah, I have gained a lot of knowledge and also the skills to become a better industry hygienist. Okay, so I'm I was the national committee and author for the CHRA manual 3rd edition. So this is I think the epitome of the joining MIHA. Yeah, was able to become a committee member, give my thoughts, share the experiences that we have so that we can get a better guidance or manual for all the CHRA assessors in Malaysia. Okay, I'm also the vice president now, honorary secretary and committee member since 2005. Okay, and in MIHA, yeah, I'm also currently the national committee for health risk assessment under OSH-MP. Also, this is actually program. This is program 5, and under program 4, I'm also one of the committee member. So I do a fair bit of talks, speakers, yeah, for a few associations, also in Korea and yeah, also in Korea, yeah, and also Australia. And speakers for CHRA organized by MSOS trainer. I'm also I also do training for other organizations. And when I was back in 2013, yeah, Australia did their conference, and I was invited as a regional Southeast Asia representative. Basically, it's a representative that joins their local committee, yeah, to organize the conference. and Miha trainer, and also trainer for Dosha for the CHRA few years back. Now, professional recognition as IH under IHA conferences that I have actually obtained. This is the conference that we did. Okay, that's me many years back. Okay, and this is the with Americans, and we also many of us attended this IHA conference. Yeah, that was actually held in Singapore, and I've also attended and participated for organizing, not as participants, yeah, but for as organizer, yeah. So you can see my baju here is also organizer punya baju, yeah, and organizing this conference in 2013. Okay, and that's the appreciation night from the president. And that was in Sydney, and we have also done this collaboration with Korea on doing a guidance book, yeah, about industry hygiene. So this is my group, which is IH for non-IH, and together with all the university, all the many professors, yeah, in Korea. What is interesting with them is that in Korea, to become industrial hygienist, you take a degree in industrial hygiene, then you become industrial hygienist. In Malaysia, you don't take the degree. You take the degree in any disciplines. And for you guys, for example, as an engineer, as in engineering, and then you work to become industrial hygienist. Okay, so it's either or. It is an interesting setup, yeah, for differently from two countries. Okay, I've also gave a talk in KIA conference in Daegu. That was in 2017, Korea, yeah. So this is the part that we enjoy most, networking with all these very experienced and skillful industrial hygienists around the world, yeah. So we have people from Australia here and also from Korea there, and some of us, Dr. Mimi is here, okay, also with us, yeah. And this is the manual that I was talking about, and I'm also a Dosha Proof CHI trainer, yeah. So to have your name in this manual is something that I wanted to achieve as part of the checklist that I wanted to do in my life. So Alhamdulillah, it was there, yeah. So I achieved all this as an industrial hygienist in Malaysia, yeah, with Miha as well. And I think that's all I have for today. All the best to all you guys. And I always have this in mind. Always tell this to people. Betterment is the key, yeah. So you must make sure that you always tell yourself you should be better today compared to yesterday. You should be better tomorrow compared to today. Okay, you compare yourself against yourself. Okay, and you don't compare yourself against others, but you must have a goal. By looking at others and see, okay, I want to achieve this. And therefore you compare to get better and better every day. Okay, so make sure you get better every day in the studies that you do. Make sure you get better every day in the relationships that you have with others, relationship that you have with your family, and most importantly, the relationship that you have with Allah, yeah? Because once you jaga the last one here, everything comes in place. Okay, so I think that's all I have for today. I can open for questions and giving this floor back to Dr. Mimi. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, yeah, Puan Mahani. What a great sharing. Compact and spot on, exactly what we want and what we are expecting, yeah. And you really get everything done. I mean, finished in 1 hour, which is, I think, very impressive. So okay, we have a few questions posed in the chat box, so maybe we will need to address them one by one. So the first question is by Dr. Dini. So his question is, I have a question. How you build networking with the OHD, Occupational Health Doctor, and the Hygiene Tech, HD, especially at early stage of your IH journny? I believe advices from OHD and HD are very important in order to produce a good CHRA report or recommendations. So to give you a little background, Dr. Dini is actually applying for CHRA as a competency soon. He's already passed his first paper, so I think that's why he's asking this question. So your tips is very valuable to him.
Okay.
Help him, yeah.
All right. I didn't get what was the name of the doctor again?
Dr. Dini.
Dini, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Assalamualaikum, Dr. Dini. Okay. It's good to hear that you are looking into to explore to become a CHI assessor. I really love this, and you know, in Johor, I do teach CHI assessor course, and I love the part where I teach the last portion of it, the application part. Okay, the theory semua orang boleh baca. I mean, you can do that yourself, but the application part is more on understanding the workplace itself. Yeah. Now, going back to the question that you're saying, how do we build relationship with how do you connect with the OSH doctors? Yeah, and also the occupational health or hygiene technologies they call it now, HT1s and HT2s. Not only HT2 and HT1s as well. Yeah. Personally, for me, before you approach them, you must understand what they do. Okay, so if you want to talk about occupational doctor tasks in identifying medical surveillances, for example, you must know what is the scope within CHRA that the doctor is involved in. Okay, you know, when you talk to industrial hygienists, for example, HT2, you also need to know what they do. Okay, but please remember that you are not them. Okay, so you don't have to know what they do in detail. You must know what they need to do, but they are expert in their field. So what you have to know is to connect. Okay, so the connection between the CHRA and the OSH doctor portion or HT2, HT1's portion is something that you need. So you really need to build friends, okay, and you or people you're comfortable working with, the doctors and also these hygiene technicians or hygiene technologies, and talk to them about the work that you do. Okay, talk to them about the issues that you face. Okay, and the easiest way to connect to all these people, to connect to good people, is to join MIHA. Okay, because MIHA, when we do our networking, you will get to know who are in the market. Okay, you'll get to know who are these people, and you will also get to know what sort of association that you can go to. Okay, personally, I don't have connection with OSH doctors by just approaching them. Okay, go to the hospital and say, okay, you're OSH doctor, okay, let's work together. It doesn't work that way. Yeah? Okay, it's more you need to network in a proper setup. Okay, so that people will understand what you do and also be part of what you do. So basically, it's not easy to build that network, but you can achieve this networking by joining the right association, the right group of people, so that they can help you to understand what you wanted. But most importantly, as I said earlier, you must know what you do, you must know what they do. And the important part is to connect. Okay, and whenever they make comments, you must always go back to what CHISS has to do. Okay, kita bukan we are not trying to override what they do. We are sharing information so that we can complement one another. Okay, so this is what happens lah. And to me, alhamdulillah lah, I do have a support group. Yeah, not a support group. I can say a group lah, basically hygiene technologists and 1 and 2 and also OSH doctors that I can rely on.
Okay, great. Okay, a very, I think, good answer. So Dini can learn a lot just now from Puan Mahani. And for your information, Puan Mahani is actually based in Johor, kan?
Yes.
In Lakin, right? Your company, is it?
I'm in Seri Alam.
Sorry, in Seri Alam. So if terpaksa lah Dini nak pergi menuntut, maybe you can also
contact. You can text me.
Yeah.
You can get my number from Dr. Mimi.
Boleh.
And text me.
Boleh.
Don't call me. Okay.
Dia takut scammer.
Jangan call me because I'm always with some engagements and I don't normally pick up the phone when I'm with the client because I'm paid for that session. Yeah. So but I will answer to the text that you send me. So just introduce yourself. Any of you, yeah, introduce yourself, and then you can always text me your questions. Mana-mana yang senang nak jawab tu cepatlah jawab. Yang lambat, yang susah nak jawab tu lambat sikit lah. Or I can direct you to the right people to talk to.
We appreciate this so much. Dr. Dini ni one of harapan UTM lah ni nak dapatkan CHRA SSA tu. So we need your help.
UTM banyak kena buat CHRA.
Betul. Okay, so our second question is by Miss Wani, also from UTM. She's currently working with PPMU, taking care of the lab in UTM. So the punya question is, Puan Mahani, CPIH need to be expert in all area of IH, meaning not only chemical but also need to be competent in noise, ergonomic and others as well. She's asking this question. I give you a little bit background because she already fulfilled that requirement, the 3 years experience working in IH, and also she already has a master's degree in industrial hygiene related courses. But the thing is, biasalah kan, in postgraduate courses or program, dia kadang-kadang dia specific, you economic saja ke, you apa kan. So they wonder kalau dia nak ambil CPIH, is this okay atau sebab dia punya masters is so specific into one category of IHZ only, that's not counted. So that's her question.
Okay, I would suggest for you to apply. Okay. So yeah, apply to Miha. Let us take a look at what you have. Sounds like if you already have a postgraduate degree in industrial hygiene and you have already more than 3 years of experience, you qualify. But we still need to know what is it that you have done in your postgraduate studies. Okay, so it doesn't hurt to apply. To answer to the question, do you need to be expert in everything? No. Okay, you don't need to be expert in all the field. As an industrial hygienist, for certified industrial hygienist, you must know, you must be considerably good in all the topics. Okay, so that, you know, to become a CPIH or CIH, what would you need to do? I mean, what would you become afterwards? Think about that. Okay, you carry the CPIH title untuk apa? Okay, it's for someone to actually seek advice from you. Okay, so to be giving advice to other people, you must know what are the correct advices. Okay, people will listen to you.
Correct.
Okay, because you dah ada title tu. So therefore, you must know considering a lot lah for all the topics that is under industrial hygiene, and of course there are going to be oral interviews for you. But if you qualify, and then you can become one. Okay, so the postgraduate apa tu in degree in IH tu important ya, untuk the to me is the alternative path lah untuk mereka yang ada. Yang kita risau ni yang tak ada tu, so kena banyak lah buat courses and what not ya, untuk qualify yourself to show that you're competent in the field that you are studying in.
Okay, and one
please apply, yeah?
And one good thing about Miha is maybe I tak tahu relevan ke tak ni, Miha ada mentor-mentee program, which is dia bantu yang those yang nak apply ni, dia punya CPIH or CIH yang the experience tu, you know, the Miha punya member committee tu, dia akan guide yang budak-budak yang baru-baru nak apply ni. So it's very kind of them lah, sebab mereka spend their own time kan, tak dibayar pun, just like mentoring kan. So if you are interested pun, tak tahu lah program tu jalan lagi ke tak Mahani, I'm not sure.
Yes, we do. We activated the program again this year. We don't only focus on people to do CPIH, but also any industry hygienist that wanted to become one. Okay, jadi kita offer, kita baru je kick off the program this year. So we are still trying to get people to organize a program to get the mentors and the mentees.
Okay.
What happens is like one mentor can have like 2 to 3 mentees.
Okay.
Who have then less than 5 years of experience in IH, that are currently pursuing IH. So these people can have your own mentor to, yalah, as a mentor lah, you boleh tanya dia, you boleh get guidance lah from these people. And you can also seek for this program. But for CPIH, especially CPIH program, if you apply and become a PIHA member first, kena eligible for full member dulu. Okay, I'm not so sure if you're a full member or not. Your application will go through me. Okay, I will take a look at them. And once you become a full member, baru boleh apply buat CPIH. And if you're really interested to become one, we can connect you with other CPIH in Malaysia so that you can get guidance on how to become a CPIH.
Yeah. And the history shows that memang ada mentee tu yang dah pun dapat dia punya CPIH, betul kan? Yang pass CPIH atau CIH exam dia.
Ada.
Yeah, betul. Right. Okay, so our third question is from, I think, international student, maybe Muhammad Salim. His question is, soalan ni macam saya pula kena jawab, tapi saya nak Puan Mahani punya support sebab ada benda yang saya tak sure. Soalan dia adalah, what postgraduate courses can be taken here in UTM to get a master's degree in IH? So I answer first, then I will ask Mahani to chip in lah. So basically, so far kita tak ada master's degree in industrial hygiene. Tapi what we have is master's degree in in SHE, Safety, Health and Environment. We have that Masters of Science in Safety, Health and Environment under the Faculty of Chemical and Energy Engineering. But previously, several years back, when we attended that conference in Melbourne, in Gold Coast kan, Mahani kan, Ayoha, Susan what's the apa nama yang daripada Australia tu yang sangat aktif tu, Susan, what's her name? SS, remember quite old, Eddie Coworth.
Apa yang nama the pencin orang tu. Okay, I cannot get, sorry, I didn't get it off my mind now.
Yeah, but she went to Lina masa tu, because Lina was the president MIHA masa tu, dan kata dia nakkan satu universiti di Malaysia untuk training program to offer masters in IH. So masa tu kita ada bincang, Lina ada approach, so kita ingat nak buat kat UTM lah. Tapi masa tu kita tak dapat orang kata proceed, ada certain issue. Tapi if you can a bit brief to the student ni, Eddie Coworth ni memang very established university for industrial hygiene, betul
Okay.
Dia boleh bagi kita hint sikit.
Okay. Yes, I can, betul lah apa Dr. Mimi cakap ya. Tadi yang Eddie Coworth ni is actually a university yang memang ada IH degree. Tapi itulah kita kena pergi sana lah untuk buat the degree kan. It's very expensive. So the idea was to partner with university in Malaysia so that you can do the degree online, but we do some classes overseas, macam tu lah. Maksudnya ada partnership lah dekat sana, or not we go there but the lectures come here basically. So kita ada credit. So kita belum I don't see this happening yet, probably because tak ada champion nak buat this at this point of time. Tapi to do this is not easy to do lah, sebab kita macam-macam authority kita go through.
Betul.
Dan kena ada MQA dan sebagainya. So it is not an easy thing to do. Kalau kita nak embark on the project pun it will take a few years So untuk jawapan tadi, for the answer to the question, basically I do not know if any of the university in Malaysia has a master's degree in IH, specific IH, but as was mentioned earlier, we do have a master's degree in safety and health, basically. But to apply for CPIH, master's degree in safety and health is not eligible. It has to be specific industrial hygiene. Okay, so we do have a people who has master's degree in occupational safety, OSH lah basically, and we can't qualify them. Okay, so this is something to let you guys know lah, really. Now, the other path of becoming a CPIH is obviously attending courses lah, basically. Courses, there are around about 7 or 9 courses, but you choose 5 out of those. And sit for the exam, pass the exam, then only you can register yourself and in fact go for another exam to become a CIH or CPIH in Malaysia. Okay,
so subject offered by MIHA kan? The syllabus daripada
the courses are offered by MIHA. We also have neighboring countries that offer the same subjects, like Singapore, that's the nearest. They do sometimes offer online courses, but MIHA actually offered all the 5 courses to become to get from OFTA throughout the year.
Okay. Okay, okay. I think ini memang jawapan yang lengkap, ya. And then our next question is by Mr. Razlan. So his question is, hi, may I know if our certificate competency, I think he's referring to CPIH, is applicable to other countries as well, or might be restricted? The CPIH might be restricted due to differences in regulation and guideline and so on that. So that's the question.
Okay, CPIH is recognized in Malaysia, but because we are under OTA countries, yeah, they recognize the CPIH from Malaysia. Okay, it is recognized. I'm not so sure if you can use the CPIH to apply for a job overseas. Okay, but we belong to the OTA countries. We are one of the OTA countries that is being recognized. Yeah, so the CPIH is recognized within the OTA countries, and there's a lot of countries in there. Okay, so yes, the answer is yes. Yeah.
Okay. And the next question is by Miss Julia. So her question is, thank you, Puan Mahani, for your sharing. May I know how to register as a MIHA committee member, and to be proactive as an industrial hygiene person? Can they register herself to be a committee member? Maybe you can answer that.
Yes, Miss Julia, yeah. Are you a student or is this a student?
Sure, yeah, I think maybe not student.
Okay. If you're a student, you can register yourself under our student member. If you're a working personnel, you should apply to become. If you are newly working personnel, you should apply to become an associate member. Okay, associate members, and after 5 years, you can upgrade yourself to become full member. Now, to become an active, to register to MIHA, I should be sending you a link, but please contact me, okay, or Dr. Mimi, to find out where. Or I actually gave you the MIHA website just now, yeah.
Yes.
You can go in there and contact MIHA. Now, but to be active member is basically to attend MIHA's activities. Okay, MIHA activities are not only related, not only for courses, but I think a very important platform for you to join is the annual general meeting, yeah, the AGMs. Okay, we do have a fair bit of associate members to attend AGM. Get to know people, and so that people will get to know you. Okay, we want to know what are your core competencies. We want to know what you want to know. We want to know what you're good at, so that we can help you and we can complement one another. Okay, so really you need to participate in MIHA session. And if I were you, once you become a MIHA member, if they have any online sessions, online courses, webinar kind of thing, join. And ask questions so that people will know you. Okay, if people don't know you, we will be able to help you. Okay, so there are a lot of industrial hygienists also who are quiet and does it say much. These people selalu tak lama lah kat MIHA, okay, sebab dia tak boleh nak bring themselves up front, yeah? So you need to get people to know you. Okay, and to me, you must always remember, when you join an association like this, a professional association like this, you should be thinking about what you can do to contribute to the association. The last thing that you should think is, what can the association give to you? Okay, that's the last thing that you should think. The first thing that you should think is what you can contribute to the association, because with that, you can upgrade your knowledge and skills. Okay, although you're not good at everything that you do, but you're good at one thing I'm sure other people doesn't have, so capitalize on that.
Yeah, and my experience, because I also like member of different association, Miha ni dia special tau sebab dia punya member memang mula saya rasa intimidated sebab pandai-pandai betul member dia memang very professional. Memang macam dia tapi dia are so kind, memang baik sangat-sangat and they are very humble dan macam Mahani cakap, because the circle is not big. We see each other faces all the time kan. Jadi kalau you pergi program-program diorang tu memang you akan dikenal lah, bukanlah dia kenal to be nak dikenali in a bad way, tapi at least bila you kena, kita senang nak bantu you kalau apa-apa macam tu. Tapi be a Miha member memang tak rugi langsung. Kita yang benefit pula. Banyak
betul,
benefit.
Dr. Mimi, betul Doktor. I can also share with you lah. But I fully agree with what Dr. Mimi says.
Macam-macam
When you join Miha, the impression that you get is semua orang lagi terror daripada you. Okay, semua orang macam lagi hebat daripada you. You ni macam just a small peanut, and nobody would know you, nobody would recognize what you do and whatnot. So this is something that you kena build lah basically. Jangan ada the inferiority lah sebenarnya. Okay, tapi tak boleh lah rasa you hebat. Okay, you when you look at people yang hebat-hebat ni, you belajar daripada diorang. You learn from them. What is it that they know? There are certain things that you know better than them. Okay, so maybe you can contribute that. Once you get to know with this networking, once you network with people, you will get to know what are your strengths sebenarnya. Okay, I started off in Miha. I'm in manufacturing. Miha punya orang ramai oil and gas So and I'm in the manufacturing, and my company punya manufacturing tak kenal pun. Orang tak kenal pun company I kerja tu. Okay, so what I started off is that I always listen to them. I tap as much knowledge as I can get, and I always tell myself, do I know better than this person about this or not? So dia cakap something, do I know better about this or not? So daripada situ you tahu, oh you tahu ni sebenarnya, you lagi tahu macam. So then you contribute what you know better. Macam itulah. So everybody will have the strength, cuma tak kenal je lagi. Okay,
The least political punya association lah, I rasa yang memang tak ada interest lain, tak ada nak glamour ke, memang semata-mata forward kan. Memang semua gila yang macam nak belajar kan, it's a very good medium lah for you to be, kalau especially student. Kalau saya memang saya rugilah dulu sebagai student tak join Okay, so next question is adalah daripada Miss Arina. Okay, Miss Arina ni student soalan dia memang relevan. Okay. Saya tak tahu lah betul ke student ni, sebab soalan dia macam bukan student ni. Okay. Sebab macam ada panggilan.
Okay, boleh nampak chat.
Dia kata previously Miha was not really recognized and very little person involved in this area. Okay, mungkin macam kita cakap tadi, circle tak besar. So what motivated you to stay focused and macam consistent and success in this industrial hygiene field? You tak distracted, you focus, you rasa you nak buat benda ni juga. What made you decided to be like one?
Okay, betul no Arina Izzati. Okay, Miha tak besar. Miha memang tak terkenal pun. Okay, and orang intimidated by Miha Okay, bila orang dengar cakap Miha. Kalau orang buat nak attend course kat Miha, tak nak lah. Course dia susah sangat. Macam tu But we stay as where we are because that's the standard that we want to achieve So, and of course there's not a lot of people in the industry hygiene field. If you can see Miha member pun tak ramai tapi those in there, like what Dr. Mimi cakap tadi, we are passionate in what we do. So we are passionate in helping others to also do industry hygiene. Okay, we don't care about your background. As long as you are positive, as long as you are motivated to do what you do, we will help you. Okay, we will want you to be in our group, and we want to be doing it together for the betterment of the country, untuk IH in the country. Now, what motivated me to stay? Sebenarnya dekat Miha, if you talk about Miha lah what motivated me to stay there is the circle of friends that I get. I always tell myself, that's the only, I can say the only group of people lah yang you jumpa yang professional individuals. Okay, dia tak ada interest lain. Dia tak ada nak gosip-gosip, dia tak ada nak cakap benda-benda yang menyakitkan otak, things like that. It's actually very, very professional lah, most of them. And I got attracted by the professionalism in many of the Miha member exhibits. So that actually motivated me to stay on and tell myself I should become the committee member. I want to contribute. I don't know what I can contribute yet, but I want to contribute. I want to volunteer and become part of MIHA, because I find it nice to be around people who are positive. Okay, not people who downgrades you, or but people who are helping you to get better in industrial hygiene. Okay, so I persevere and I became the committee member. I became a committee member for a few years, and then the honorary secretary, and now where I am now. Yeah, so really, it is a circle of friends that you get. Is the group of professional individuals, and the relationship that you get, the knowledge that you obtain is something that is valuable. So that's why I'm still with Miha, and it motivates me to do what I do now. Because becoming a consultant as CHI assessor is my job. So I cannot say I don't want to do this job, okay? Because it's where I get my income from. So, but I tell myself, because I want to do this, let's be someone that is good in what you do. Okay, I want to be good in what I do. Okay, basically, so to be good, to be better, I need to be around people who can help me. Okay, I need to be around people where I can gain knowledge from. Okay, so this is what motivates me lah, basically, to stay on with Miha and to do industrial hygiene and to get where I am now. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. What an inspirational punya sharing by Puan Mahani. And another maybe last question from our exchange student, Mr. Rahman from Indonesia. So his question is, as an international student who aspire to be in the industrial hygiene professional in Malaysia, is there any open opportunity for us to have career path as a professional IH in this country, in Malaysia? And what you want to answer that first, or because he has several questions, or just everything? I think you cannot remember. You answer that one first. Okay.
Okay, I think we can answer all of it at one go. Tapi okay. For Malaysia, CPIH, I think the requirement is to become a MIHA full member. Okay. MIHA full member ni kena Malaysians. Okay. So by default, you need to become a Malaysian lah to become a full member, and therefore get CPIH. Okay, but it doesn't end there, basically. Okay, you can get yourself certified by ABE, by going to the website and looking at how it's being done, basically. But I really suggest, if you want a better or a better guidance, is to become a MIHA member. And probably if you're new, you can become an associate member ataupun maybe student member at this point of time, and connect with current CIH in Malaysia. Okay, because many of our CPIH also are CIH. Okay, so they can actually guide you or become even your mentor to become a CIH and register to IB. Okay, so this is actually a very good opportunity for you to get to know who are the CIH in Malaysia. I think there's not many in Malaysia, but all the CIH in Malaysia are very positive in getting others to become CIH.
Correct.
Okay, they would guide you guys. So connect with us, and we should be able to help you to probably guide you lah, basically to become a certified industrial hygienist. Yeah, and how much does it cost? How much does it cost? In Malaysia, it will be a lot cheaper depending on your path. If you take courses, the courses will cost you probably 5 courses. Yeah, will take probably maybe 10,000 kind of thing in total. Yeah, and for overseas, I think it will cost roughly the same. Okay, so for the exams, I think overseas exams are £1,000 or something to sit for the exam, something like that. So you can get more information, but I think it's circa 10,000 for the entire process in Malaysia.
Okay. So there is a way, Rahman. Yeah. So, but it's better for you like this. Miss Liana ada share here in the chat box. If you go to MIHA, they can help you, yes, step by step on how to get your professional certification through other route beside a CPIH, since you are not Malaysian. So yes, with that,
okay, Dr. Mimi, I forgot. Yana is also in the thing. Yeah. So
It's Suhani
Yana is
also.
our technical Miha technical team. Yeah. So technical executive. So she has actually posted the Miha secretariat number and also the email address that you can connect. So just write to us, and we should be able to reply and connect with you with the correct personnel.
Correct. Yeah. And I think we are quite close also with IHA, right? Our team in Indonesia, the president is Dr. Mila, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I think we have good connection between both countries in terms of IH. So I think that's all. I know there's no more questions, but I think there's quite a lot of questions we received today, 7, and what we like most is the answers. Memang sincere answer nak teach us lah, nak help us when Mahani answer all the questions. So maybe Mahani, a little bit of last word from you. I was very motivated with your last slide tu. Terus rasa insaf rasa hari ni nak jadi lebih baik dari semalam. Yeah, especially in this holy month of Ramadan, ya, memang bagus sangat ya, you punya reminder tu. Maybe last word to all these people who are watching you today. Actually our student 45 orang je, tapi those coming to your session hari ni 130, tak tahu daripada mana kan. So we are very happy with the audiences. So maybe last word to them.
Okay. I would love to know where this where does the remaining 80 odd people from? Yeah. Please drop a chat from where you are so that we can know daripada mana ya. Introduce yourself on the chat. Okay. I've also ni belum last word I've also shared my contact number at the chat box. You can contact me again. Don't call. Just WhatsApp. I'm on WhatsApp. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on TikTok or semua tak ada. Semua it's just WhatsApp saja. And I can be able to help you if you need anything. Now, my last words. If you guys are students, take the opportunity when you are a student to learn more about industry hygiene. Be vigilant, look at all the free courses that you can get. Look at all the opportunities of to attend education programs or webinars and whatnot related to industry hygiene in your university. Why I'm saying this is because when you are already working, all of these courses are very expensive. Okay, you need to spend money to attend to those courses. So do it now. Even if you don't use these courses now and you don't know where you're going to apply it, doesn't matter. Okay, just attend them so that you can get yourself familiar. Okay, when you are a new graduate, you do not know what's your path yet. Maybe your career path is going to be in IH. Okay, then you will be a lot easier to go to that path. Okay, and also if you are interested in industrial hygiene, I really urge you guys to join me, because we can help you to develop your career in industrial hygiene in the future or now. Okay, for those who are already working, you might think that I'm not doing industrial hygiene now, but really in every discipline every department that you are, industrial hygiene comes in. It's only a matter of you participating in commenting on what are the industrial hygiene aspects in the department you are in. Doesn't matter if you're an engineer ke, you're a chemist ke, you're a production personnel, or you are in probably you are in engineering or maintenance kind of thing. All of these departments will have some form of industrial hygiene aspects related to you. So when you attend or when you are in a meeting with your management and whatnot, voice your concerns about industrial hygiene. Okay, don't question, but voice concerns. Okay, so that probably is something that the company can think about and say, okay, we should be looking at this. And when you talk about industrial hygiene, people get to know you. Once people get to know you, people recognize what your passions are. Okay, and then you can go on from there. Okay, so kena rajin bercakap lah, and always remember, when you are industrial hygiene, you want to talk about industrial hygiene, jangan buat sweeping statements. Okay, always talk with knowledge. Okay, jangan cakap tong kosong you cakap, oh ni tempat ni semua bahaya. Tak boleh. You kena cakap apa benda yang bahaya kat tempat tu. Okay, so it must be specific, it must be correctly addressed. Okay, and that comes with knowledge, that comes with experience as well. Okay, so with that, yeah, I really, really wish you the best. And I really meant by that relationship, yeah. So make sure you jaga your relationship too, and things will come to you, inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah. Okay. A very meaningful last remark from Puan Mahani. So, inshallah, I think you all get the contact numbers, yeah, both of us, if you need to contact us, and you know where to visit if you want to know more about MIHA, or you would like to register as MIHA member. So, please do that at ASAP. And with that, thank you again, Puan Mahani, for your time, for your sharing, for your knowledge, for your sincerity, in giving us knowledge and information. May Allah bless you, and repay all your kindness with all the good things, dunia akhirat. And to all other participants, selamat Ramadan. Belum lagi nak raya, So maybe and also we wish you all the best in whatever you do, and take care,
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Salam Ramadan to everyone and selamat Hari Raya nanti.
Yeah.